Well, back in the day, people didn't know this because I played too much. That I ain't gonna talk about my history. Go ahead.
Live from the gorgeous Prince George's. This is the one and only, the illustrious, soon to be world famous Shattered Illusionz podcast. Will I take it to the Guys, I'm extremely excited for this episode tonight for a couple of reasons. But before we get into that, like the video. Please, guys, helps out in the algorithm tremendously. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all social media platforms. Ladies, if you want some smoke, come down here. Just DM us. All you gotta do, and we'll make it happen. Before I get into my lovely guest for the night, I gotta check in on my family. The only one here. D, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man.
Hold on, I'll give you a cranky shot.
Okay.
Good to have you back, bro.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, life is good. God is good. You already know.
Hey, all the time, man. It's good to have you back, bro. And guys, if you see me down here, I'm playing producer because guess what? We don't have one tonight. I wonder where he at.
Where you at?
Huh. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna be getting up, doing a little bit of back and forth. So just bear with me. But the show must go on. Where there's a will, there's a way. But we don't got no will back there, ironically.
All pun intended.
Where you at, Will?
Shots fired.
Hey, guess. Please. I was about to give you a compliment. So listen, I have somebody down here that D and I took bets because it's a snow day in the DMV. And you know, DMV, we get probably 3 or 4 snow days on average around the year, right? And you know, girls are just so naturally flaky. And I'm the one that's naturally pessimistic. If I don't hear from a girl within like an hour or two before we have something planned, I say she ain't coming. And I just kind of write it off at that. But D, hold on. D had faith.
Hey,
what did Jesus say? Oh, ye a little faith.
Yeah, little faith. You got a little rocky out there. You said, hey, I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
So I will say this. I'm going to give our guest her flowers because she actually showed up. She's actually a girl that has some integrity. I can't say that for a lot of y'all.
Oh, man.
But without further ado, I want to introduce somebody who's very, I'm not going to say special. Who's somebody? Okay? Without further ado, let me introduce our guest for the night. Let's call you LaShawn.
Yes.
Full name or no?
Nah.
Oh Lord, we're going to go the whole LCD. Huh?
Just give her first.
Let me introduce our lovely lady for the night, LaShawn. Now you crank shot.
Hi, y'all.
LaShawn, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you for being. I'm gonna cut that part out.
No, we're not. Just go with it.
I'm good, and thank you for having me on here tonight.
Just remember to talk to the mic. Remember that too.
Oh yeah, because
yeah.
I'm good. Thank you for having me tonight on my first podcast appearance. So this is special.
Thank you for coming down here. And like I told you before, every other podcast after this one's going to suck. So you came to the right place, the right time, the right studio with the right co-host.
Period. So I love the energy.
We appreciate you. And we want to go into a little background about how we know you. We're not going to say specific school, but we kind of all were peers.
Yeah.
Peers. Because did you have a class with her at all?
Yeah. That was my dog.
From what I remember, LaShawn, she was a little bit Hollywood in high school.
Wow.
Like she thought she was more than she was.
Oh,
you know, but
what?
I was the quiet one.
I can't say that. I don't know about
what was your experience with LaShawn?
She was cool. I don't know if but listen, she was cool. Like she always said I played too much. I always wish I did, but you know, we had classes together. Always laugh. It was a funny class. I think I might have been 11th grade. I think. I don't know, but she was always cool. I don't know about the Hollywood. I didn't have the Hollywood experience with her.
So I'll say this before we get into some bullshit. We're gonna do her entrepreneurial journey first. But she was talking a lot of bullshit before we got on here. I'm gonna get in her ass about later. But before that, I do want to say something positive about it. You've actually lost a lot of weight.
Thank you. It's been a journey.
And I will say this, most women, and I'll say, I guess it's guys, period. Most people after high school fall off extremely hard, like really hard, especially women. After they had about 3 or 4 kids, you start, getting that little fupa and look a little burnt out. Like I kind of see a lot of our classmates do.
Oh, brother.
But
I've been there and I ain't got no kids, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nah, but honestly, like I said, you honestly look better than you did in high school. And I really mean that. So let's kind of get into, I guess, that part of your journey. So you want to take the first question? Did you have anything for him?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, first, tell us how the journey started, what motivated you for the journey, and where you at now.
Okay, well, I can say the motivation and what started it was the toxic weight loss cycles. Like that alone is, and the traumatic fruits that come with it is just, you just need to change, like he said, like after high school, a lot of people fell off. As soon as I got the freshman in college, freshman 15 hit. Them chicken boxes at Bowie State and the fries every day, the pasta on Wednesdays. But anyway, I'm just going through those cycles over and over, and it's like starting back from square one is not fun. And you just doing like those quick fixes and those fad diets and like the strenuous workouts, and you in the gym 5 hours and you're doing this intense stuff, this stuff that first of all that you hate. You like working out, eating crazy, so that was kind of the motivation. Then pandemic hit. And so then the cycle tried to come back, and it was like, oh, absolutely not. Like, I refuse to let this be the time where, we're starting this all over again, where I got to work so hard to get back to where I want to be and then end up falling off again, or however you want to call it. So I was like, Lord, this is the last time. Like, this was my third time. The first time was in elementary school, middle school. So before I even met y'all, I was like huge. I was 200 pounds in 8th grade. Oh. And then over that summer,
200, you said?
Yeah, in 8th grade. So mind you, I'm tall too. So it kind of. I
got something for that.
God.
Well, exactly. But I was like the confident big one. Was like, if you don't like me like I am, then F you. Don't worry about it. And then I used to cheer too. So that summer, my coach had sent us home with like this.
Until the mic too, I don't remember.
Yeah. So I used to cheer too. So summer after 8th grade, my coach sent us home. He took a break from cheers. You're like, I need to work on this fit sheet, do all this stuff every day. If you don't do it, come back in September. We gonna know that y'all ain't working out because y'all gonna be out of shape, and I'll make all y'all run until we get tired. And y'all know how coaches are, like, they don't never get tired. Like they sit on the sidelines, they love watch you suffer. So fast forward all the way to September, we get to the gym. And everyone's like, damn, LaShawn, you look good. Like, what you do? And I was like, the fish sheet. Nobody else did it. I was like, no, we didn't do it. I was like, wow. So I only didn't want to work, run and work out when we come back for the punishment. And so there was like, I ended up getting new uniform and everything because I was like, we're smaller then. But long story short,
go ahead.
That was the first time I had actually lost weight, and I didn't even I was making sure I wasn't gonna go back get punished and run in September, but now really focus on the strenuous workouts and eating and all that stuff. So by high school I was much smaller, much more, I guess, Hollywood, because the confidence really was like here, because I ain't never been here before.
So are you admitting that you was Hollywood?
I'm saying if you perceive like some confident energy from me, I'm saying I agree to that. Yes.
Hold on, what she say?
I ain't gonna say it.
Go ahead, say it. Put it out there.
Nah, I'm not. Come on, go ahead. I said.
Finish the story, LaShawn. Go ahead.
Okay. So that was the first time in the first cycle, whatever. I got it all down, and then college came, freshman 15 happened, and then after in there a couple more times, and then pandemic was the last time. That was like third time's a straw, like baseball, 3 times strikeout. We're not doing that, and so when I started seeing results over pandemic, after, trying to just be back disciplined, getting back into it and the swing of stuff, I was like, okay, this is working and I'm looking good again. And I was like, God, we got to do something. Like, if I could make a living and pay off my debts and what's all the things, live life and build a future and wealth just from doing this right here, I will never complain about life ever again. you know. So that was like the most profound moment of my life, because ever since then he's been aligning my steps so that I can do just that. So now we 4 years in, it's like I ain't never coming off this ship. Like I'm just optimizing, I'm getting better. Like I'm not at my ideal weight yet. I got a booty to grow some more. But anyway, like it's just the fact, like your mindset change, your habits change, your likes and your wants start to change, and your desire. I don't know. It's unexplainable, but like I love it here. So it's like he's just showing me, like, I don't know, just guiding my steps, you know. So I'm just liking being in this space where he's allowing me to be in position and an authority, I guess, authoritative position, because I have a transformation now to help other people in this space who do want to change and need a drastic transformation, or who don't want to, you know, stay in cycles, or just want to, you know, just build healthier lifestyles. And so that's why I created Hot Girl Body, which was at first was just a Instagram page to keep me accountable on my 2020 pandemic journey. And then over time, like the wisdom I got from experiences and different, you know, what should I say? What's the word, y'all? I guess testimony, for lack of better words, just sharing what I've learned to other people. And it was like, I can actually take this somewhere. Like, God, show me what you want me to do. Use me, you know? So I've been letting him use me, and here we are. I have a brand out, Hot Girl Body Goals, and just trying to develop some type of offering. People always asking, can you help me with this? Can you help me do this? How you do? You look good. I'm like, God, what you want me to do? Because people was asking, you know? So here I am, just allowing him to just order the steps. And it's just really been a journey. It's been good. It's been bad. But I can't say, despite all of that, it's been the best decision to just bet on myself and take leap of faith. And it's been doing well.
So do you like, your biggest thing you probably preach to people, like, hey, this is not just a one-time thing. This is a lifestyle change.
Right. Definitely lifestyle. Like I made it, you got to make it fun. Because if it's not a lifestyle change, you're going to end up back at square one again. So you got to find it, you know, I would say start baby steps. Find your thing in it. Find what you like in it. Start with foods that you like, because nutrition is big. And I've learned that it's not just nutrition what you eat, but what you're feeding your mind. Like, what are you telling yourself? What's your beliefs? And like, what you really feeling, you know, that's just weight too. So, you know.
So can I ask you this? We actually have my other co-host, CmartyFit. Shout out CmartyFit too. I wish I would have known that you did fitness. Now, I definitely would have had him here on the conversation, because he actually is a fitness trainer too. And this whole podcast, shout out to Less Brunches, More Crunches podcast, by the way. His whole thing is like, people don't really work out because they don't see the immediate results from it. You know, like, because we live in a society now where everything is microwave. You got to get it in 2 seconds. So you as a trainer, I guess you as a motivator, how do you respond to a woman that comes to you and say, hey, you know, I want my body snatched by my birthday. Oh, when's your birthday? In 2 weeks.
And I'm not trying to say I can't help you, because I don't have a get skinny quick fix for you, because that's impossible. You can try to do it, and you can, you know, do some crazy, eliminate this out your diet and strip this off and work out 24 hours a day for a week. Enjoy it, have fun. That's what you do. But I'm telling you now, that's not sustainable. You're going to be right back at the bottom from the barrel trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? And it's because you're trying to rush the results. This lifestyle, you can't take the elevator. You have to take the stairs. There's no way around it. So if you do quick at first, you're going to fall back down, and then you're going to take the step of the elevator again. It's up to you. So I'm just the one, I can't help you with that. Sorry. You got to find somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else best for the job. For sure.
I like that. So at your heaviest, how much did you weigh, and how much did you weigh now?
Oh, see, so after like middle school, when that scale said 200, I don't use scales anymore. The mirror's enough. I need to know. Shoot, what was the other part of your question? Because I got
like where you at body wise now, like weight wise?
Okay, so I am in a transformation challenge, and I just started a new one today, and they just added a weigh in today, and I'm at 155. And that's with 23% body fat.
And you know what? I'm glad you went into that too. But why don't you tell people to stop? Like, people focus on the scale so much. You know, the scale definitely, it's a way to measure. It's a way to measure your progress, but not the only way. I tell people all the time, it's more about body recomposition and actually what the scale is saying. So you want to go into that a little bit? Like, do you feel like you can be like 125 pounds, but like be a lean, muscular 125, or you could be a skinny, fat 125. You know, the scale says 125 on both ends, but one's better than the other, obviously.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest, muscle has weight to it. Exactly. So you can have what standard amount of body fat for a woman is like between 20 and 23%.
I didn't know that.
So okay. Yeah, I learned that today too. Muscle, you could be a skinny person. Well, not skinny, but you can be you have a healthy, happy weight, as I call it. And because you really have your curves. You know, like you ain't got to be flabbing and jabbing all over the place, but no, you really look good. You tight and all, but it's just that muscle's going to have some weight on it. So, for example, I did the transformation challenge I'm in now for 120 days. That one, I said, let me lose 15 pounds. And I'm at maybe day one. I'm sorry, it's a 112 day challenge. And I may be at maybe 108 day because Sunday's the last day. So I lost 10 pounds. But I see a drastic change in my fat versus where the muscle come in. I see my I call her amnesia, because sometimes she tries to have amnesia and not show up. Yeah, but now I see her. So it's like, you know, the weight won't be off because you're transferring to muscle. And I'm here for the muscle growth. So give me the gains. So I'm not worried about, you know, making sure I'm 150 or 125. What that mirror say?
Yeah.
Okay, what do the mirror say?
And there's so many different factors that go into how much you weigh that day too. You know, have you gone to the bathroom?
Exactly.
How much salt did you have the night before?
Yeah. Even water
intake. How much water are you carrying? So it's a lot of different factors. Like I said, the scale is a way to measure your progress. And you should get on the scale, but you shouldn't obsess over it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because I can't say that scale can be depressing. Don't look at that. Look at that.
Something that you said about being sustainable in it. I remember, I think it was 2021. I had lost like 60 pounds, but I did it like in a 2 or 3 months time span. And the rest of the year I did pretty good. 2022 came, more challenges came and different things. Working out also, I think the biggest part of working out, yes, it's a physical thing. The biggest thing is the mindset.
Definitely.
Because that's where I even had my struggles in it, where it's like, all right, I got to get back in the mindset and I got to make this a lifestyle, something that you talked about initially.
Exactly.
So
no, that's real. And it's funny because that's kind of like how one of the things I've learned, like trying to do the physical, I was like, this really mental stuff, you know? And then now in 2024, it's like, it's even deeper than the mind. It's your heart posture. It's like, what is your heart even telling your mind? Because you can have positive mindset all the time, but if you're still not feeling and believing, you still gonna F yourself up in the end of the day. So you gotta really make sure that you're cultivating your heart. You're really loving yourself so that you can tell your mind, I can do this, I want this. And then your why, like your why is most important. Like why you doing it in the first place? Because it's only for your birthday in 2 weeks. The why not long? That ain't gonna sustain. Your birthday gonna come and pass, and then you're gonna be back. Let me eat the burgers, you know. So it's like you have to have a why, and if your why is because, like for me, my why is life. Like this is lifelong. I'm trying to change my whole life, financially, spiritually, all the things. So it's like every day I'm looking to find new ways to stay intentional, stay in tune, and disciplined, and do what I gotta do. Standing on business is what I call 2024, actually.
And it's so funny that you say that, because like I think what you were even getting at. It's like people will do these crash diets, these BBLTs, whatever the case is. Get a BBL even.
BLT.
They got BBL.
They make me hungry.
Salmon BLT.
But like,
I give me some protein.
It's so much better to do things in slow increments than to do something for like 2 or 3 months, go balls to the wall and then fall off.
Exactly.
Because people don't understand we have a limited amount of like will capacity and limited amount of willpower per day. And we want to go with the most sustainable outcome that we can do for a long-term like effect. Because I would rather you go ahead and go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week and sustain that and start going 6 times a week, busting your ass doing 2 a days, because it's not sustainable. And I tell anybody you want to start working out, it was this guy, I think Tim Ferriss, he has a book called The 4-Hour Body. He says he doesn't even advise people to like work out when they start trying to lose weight. And here's the justification. He says because when you start working out, your metabolism ramps up. You start eating more food, and you think because you worked out, you can eat more. You just end up in a larger deficit and a larger surplus, I should say. And he says what he advises people to do instead is to just stop drinking soda for a little bit. Maybe if you're doing 4 sodas a day, maybe do 2. Go for a walk outside. Then you gradually ramp up the pace. as opposed to going cold turkey, because you go cold turkey and anything, it's gonna make you feel deprived, and then when you get deprived, you're gonna start going back into that I gotta have it mode.
Mhm.
But that's so true though, because that first time was when I went in, I did that and lost weight. I was on 2 days. I mean, I was going to take jogs. Like I just randomly, I get out the car, like, hey, stop the car, let me run up the hill.
Facts.
Like I was doing stuff like that. But I think when I did it healthier, it's just like I said, the mindset kicked in. When I was on healthier, I would like literally get up in the morning and walk around my neighborhood, like just walk, do some push-ups randomly, like during my day, my work day, because I work remotely. So that, you know, and that's where I want to get back to. But you know, you definitely right, because when you're hungry, you start
eating more.
Yeah, like you running that much or doing that many things. It's like, I need to eat a cow.
Yeah. And I'm glad you touched on that too. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because that was big on me too. Because I always say, like, don't deprive yourself, because in the day you're gonna cheat yourself. I say, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. So don't deprive yourself of that stuff. Make it so that you work hard for it. My thing is make room for it. You want to make some room. Do some sit-ups real quick. Go eat your chocolate chip cookie and have a good time. Because also, but your heart posture, if you're like guilt shaming and you're shaming and guilt tripping yourself, and you end up still eating a salad, you're still gonna gain the weight or not get it off, because you done already put the weight on with your mind. So you got to release that stuff. Let yourself be free and enjoy it. But as long as you know that you're doing what you're supposed to do, like that's what you said, baby steps, because those are big. And I said that on my Instagram today, like baby steps add up like pennies. Like this, where I'm at today is from baby steps. And no, I did not start out from working out. No, when I first started out, we're gonna change this mind. We're gonna have a good day first. We have a week of good days. And then it was like, okay, I have a good day. Now I can throw in a little salad or something. I can throw in a little soup, you know, a little less of this, a little less alcohol, a little less weed, you know, whatever the thing is. And then over time, like gradual, now I can go to the gym because now my mind is right, my body, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about alignment. So you got to have everything on the same accord. Like it's like a spine, you know?
It's funny how so many things are like connected, because you don't know this, LaShawn, but we technically are a male self-improvement podcast, right? Okay. And we actually teach guys, you know, how to like get better with their finances, get better with women, all mindset, everything, right?
I like this.
Yeah. And I always say that we have guys that have severe approach anxiety. And I think that women don't really understand how hard it is to go to a woman and be interesting and actually say something that's going to like capture her attention. So we always tell guys to get over that. We call it a concept. Dante Nero said it's called laying the 5 bricks. We tell guys to go out and talk to at least 5 women a day. Don't even try to get their number. Don't say anything. Just say hi and kind of keep it moving. And over time, you realize that, damn, this is easy. Then we move them from going from saying hi to giving them a compliment. Then we give them a compliment to saying, like, having a conversation. Then we're going to a conversation and asking for a number. Don't go and expecting anything, but we want to get you numb to the idea of getting rejected or just talking to women, period. But I say all that to say is like laying the 5 bricks. If you lay 5 bricks every day for a year, eventually you'll have a wall, you know? And going back to fitness, if you do small changes every day for a year, you're going to inevitably lose weight. It's just going to happen.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I say you gotta fall in love with the process. If you don't follow the process, you're never gonna be at your happy weight, your happy finance, your happy spouse, because you're in essence, you're not happy with yourself yet.
Yeah, exactly. Hi. So are we done doing the kumbaya? Is it like actually before?
Right, because I could do this all night.
Yeah, we really can, because we gotta get into some BS. So before we get into that, tell us about your brand. Like, where did the name come from? When did you start it? All that stuff.
Okay, so hot girl body goes. So I was like, I need something to like describe me, because like I said, I started as accountability Instagram page for me. So I was like, okay, you know, Megan was hot at the time, and all her music and everything, like her lyrics and stuff, you know, a lot of things do resonate with me. So like, okay, so I'm feeling the hot girl vibe, and then I'm like, well, and then I got body goals, because this hot girl is trying to get her hot girl body. Like I'm trying to, you know, match what I am on the inside on the outside now. So it was like hot girl with body goals, and I felt like that was just too winded for a tag name. So like, well, hot girl body goals, make that the Instagram. And then I just went with hot girl body because hot girl was already taken. I was like, well, I don't want to be a Megan, you know, right. I don't want to steal her stuff or look like an imposter or anything. So let me throw body on it, since it's like a mind, body, spirit alignment type of thing. And now I know it's really a heart. So really mind, heart, spirit, body alignment. But that's how I started it. And basically I just help women with the burning desire to reach their happiest, healthiest, highest self so that they can live their most powerful life with grace and pace, because baby steps is what it is. So if you're not trying to make this a lifestyle change to get to those things in life that you want, like a relationship, like the finance, like the career you want, let's talk about it. It's all really connected. So I just want to help you do that, because and share what I learned. I ain't here just from digging boogers. I'll tell you that. It's been some dark stuff, it's been some sad stuff, some bad stuff, some good stuff, but all of that were all lessons and teaching moments, to be able to use my experience and my transformation to help change somebody else's life. Like I say, I'm a zealous servant to the Lord. So he gave me this new life. I've been restored. I've been blessed and favored to have a transformation. And so I now know that I have a purpose in this field. And I'm just here to show up in that.
Let me ask you this. Let's see if you really know the Bible. What's your favorite Bible verse? You can't say either. You can't say Psalm 23. You can't say John 3:16. You can't say what's another popular one there?
Just let her say.
What is it?
We're gonna see.
Right. So means what you can't, right? You sound like the devil. Like you can't touch that. Don't touch that tree. But I have to say it's Jeremiah 29:11. And
basic one, go ahead.
That's also, look, that is my life.
Say your verse. Say your verse.
I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
Right. And look, and since we text, let me make sure I just pull it up so I say exactly the way it's supposed to be, because y'all not gonna chew me up later.
I know I have the plans for you, say it the Lord.
Come on now.
Come on.
To give you a life and hope of a future, and not to forsake you, but to give you see, that's why I say I need to, but it's in my heart. That's why I'm having it in my mouth right now. And I'm locked on my phone now. How I do that?
D, what's your favorite Bible verse, bro?
It's Romans 8:18.
8:18. What does that say? Do you know?
For I reckon this current suffering is not worthy to be compared to the glory which I shall reveal in you.
I love that.
Let me tell you my favorite Bible verse. Everybody, you got the Bibles? Turn to Romans 17, please. We had the Apostle Paul here talking about a struggle with sin.
Oh man, Paul is my guy.
And he says, for the good that I want to do is not the thing that I do. The evil thing that I don't want to do is the thing that I keep doing.
Come on. Yep. That's one of my favorite ones too. I got a lot of favorite verses, but no, that one is real. And it's funny because I'm not going to disclose my job, but like when I say my job has really stripped me down in essence, and like let the whole clip in me in the way, like I'm dead at this point. Like that was the clause, the scripture I use for HR, because now I'm trying to get reasonable accommodations so that I can telework full time, because it's like that environment. It made me notice the wretched man that I really am. Like I was a whole different person in the environment. And so now it's like, I'm in this health space trying to be my highest self. And it's like, I cannot go back to the same place that made me be my low, you know what I'm saying? Even though it didn't make me, I allowed myself to go at that point. So like now I feel like Jonah. So that's another scripture that is one of my favorites right now. Cause I feel like that's my will. And like, I'm in the belly right now. So it's still my full-time job. And then I have disaligned structure happening here. So it's like, I'm just ready for this thing to vomit me out. But I know it's on God's timing. So let me just be Jonah, enjoy the time in the belly. So that's how I learned how to love the process and love the mud that you, and I guess I should say, or the what's to say, the fishy insides. It's like,
Let me tell you the things that I struggle with. Cause like I'm the same way. I like the older I get, the more I see that Christianity is the only one true religion. Mm-hmm. But there's still some things that I struggle with, mainly sex and womanizing. But we'll get to that later. But I'm trying to be better, right? But like as you get older, this platform is called Shattered Illusionz for a reason, because we see a lot of illusions in this society, whether it's social media, relationships. It's a lot of BS going on around there. And people, one of my illusions I even seen in the Bible lately, people try to go to the Bible and make it say things it doesn't say, And as I've kind of read and studied it more and like understand the actual context of what the writer was trying to say, people go to the Bible and try to cherry pick. They'll literally start in the middle of a verse and they'll just say, hey, this is what's going on. Like, I'll give you one. I think it's It's Hebrews 10:26, I think. And it says something along, I'm paraphrasing here. It says something along the lines like, for if you are acknowledged to the truth and you remain, if you're given the truth, right? D, help me out because I'm drawing a blank right now. Hebrews 10:26.
I feel like we should have a
Hold
Bible
on.
on the
No,
table.
hold on. I got it.
Because
Hold
I
on.
don't want to say it wrong.
Hold on.
Man,
I
I'm
got
all
it.
locked out my phone and now
Why you
I've said
locked
it
up?
all wrong. Because I
'Cause
was
it's
trying to
like-
say mine right.
If you given the truth, you're ignorant to the truth now. Hold on. I'm about to read it to y'all right now.
What version?
I'll be
Because I'll be reading.
10:26.
So it says for if we
Continue sinning after
sin
getting
willingly.
Oh, here
after-
it goes. Look, I should have brought it up, but here it is. I got y'all. If we deliberately keep on sinning after we receive the knowledge of the truth, there remains no more sacrifice for sin. People try to take that verse out of context and say, you see, if you're a Christian, you can't keep deliberately sinning. That's not what God wants. I'm like, hold up. That verse does say that, though, right? You would, at face value, it says that, right? But you got to go back and see what the person from Hebrews was actually saying to the Christian church at that point. He was writing to Hebrews, the Hebrews that were Jews at that point in time, and he was telling people that they were trying to go back to animal sacrifices back in the day, and they were trying to make that an atonement for sin. The author of Hebrews was saying that Jesus Christ is the one and only perfect sacrifice for sin.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back and try to do this animal sacrifice, you're not getting into heaven, essentially. That's what he was saying.
Right.
So I'm just saying there's a lot of BS even in Christianity. A lot of times people try to like twist and like deliver like scripture and stuff like that.
Well, it's not just that. Even a verse where it talks saying "come as you are," people think it equates to like clothing, but that's not what it's talking about.
Come on, Derek.
It's talking about the condition of your heart.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff, I think, and it's not just that, bro. I think it's because my fear right now is the popularity of some preachers. I don't know we was gonna go here tonight, but
we always go somewhere.
But it saddens me sometimes because I see the popularity of preachers on Instagram and people say, "Oh, this is the preacher said," but what does the Bible say?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. This man or woman can't put me in heaven or hell. I know people love TD Jakes, Sir Jakes, all these other different preachers. I mean, and they're great, right? But I can't. I think they've become more popular than even God at their own churches, and it's kind of scary because I even seen a preacher said something along the lines, and it was something crazy, and I was just like, everybody like, yeah. It sounds good because it's delivery. I could say something to y'all right now, and if I deliver a certain way, like, oh man, you know what you're talking about. Now go read it for yourself, know it for yourself.
Yeah, and I can say that the preachers, I guess for lack of a better term, I don't know what to call them, but the teachers of Christianity, like, first of all, everybody's human. But the ones that are really, I say, genuine about it and have the right heart posture, they'll let you know. Like, I love Jerry Flowers. So every time he has a new sermon on podcast, I'm going to tune in. But he lets you know, like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but I still want you to go behind and read scripture for yourself. Because in the day, because anybody can tell you anything. And they say the end days, the Bible said the end days, you're going to have it's going to be the rise of Antichrist. Everybody's going to be saying this, then that. And the thing about it, the scripture is based off the eye of the perception of the person reading it. So whatever you perceive, what you're going to receive from it. So that person reading that Bible scripture, that's what they perceive from it, but it goes back to your heart posture. What are you brewing up in your heart? And what tree are you coming off? Are you talking from the tree of life when you speak that? Or are you talking from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, life and death when you speak that? Because let's be honest, the devil know the Bible better than anybody, and he knew how to use it against Jesus, but Jesus allowed to have it because Jesus knew the truth. So it's like,
well, Jesus, like when the devil tried to use it against Jesus, he couldn't use it because Jesus knew it better than him.
He spoke
Jesus
Jesus knew the truth, exactly.
And he was.
But why did he know about it now?
Because he always tapped in, though. Like,
but
he always.
No, but I'm saying the verse it says, "I am the word." He's
exactly.
How can you speak the word to the word?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're not going to twist my words. I know I could make this little loaf this little stone turn into a loaf, but the King of the Universe said, don't do that right now. Wait for the time. I know my power is, but you're not going to tell me when to use it or not.
And I'll say this last thing. I just think that what you were saying, a lot of people, when I see a preacher like going up there, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being rich or anything like that. I definitely get that. But when you like are having multiple private jets, multiple vacation homes and things like that, it gives me pause because the person you're claiming to worship was a homeless nomad, you know? And I'm not saying only God knows their heart. And at the end of the day, none of us deserve heaven no matter what. Jesus is the only reason we deserve to go to heaven. But it just kind of gives me pause for a second, you know? But that's kind of...
Just one last thing is what you just said. You gotta think about it this way too. And it kind of gets me too when some preachers be acting like they're kings. Jesus even towards when they had the Last Supper, he was washing their feet. And they said, "Man, no, you didn't wash. No, I'm gonna wash your feet because I'm showing you that even though I'm Jesus Christ, I'm still able to do that." So it's some people that are in positions not even willing to do the work, just have the title.
And he said, "You know, I'm your master. I'm also your friend." You know, so it is what it is. So it's too much kumbaya and everything going down here. LaShawn, you got anything? Last thing you want to say about your business or anything church related before we go into this BS?
I guess follow me on Instagram, you guys, at How Girl Body Goes. And I do follow back, and stay tuned for some big things coming. I do feel in my heart and in my mind and in my soul that Jesus got some big things brewing. And so I'm going to sit right here and wait on his timing. So y'all wait on that day too, because when it comes, the price will go up.
All right,
is going up.
So LaShawn, you still like me, right?
Of course.
So let me ask you, what do you remember specifically about D and I from high school? Do you remember anything or?
I remember we had class. I definitely remember D is always like the jokester. Like he didn't even gotta say nothing. We'll just look at each other and crack up laughing. Like that's just how it was. And I feel like you were like more so quiet and reserved. I feel like you were that friend in the corner, like, and that's the one you gotta watch out for, because the ones that don't talk too much always got a lot of packing. And I know you do because y'all hang out. So I know, like, behind, you know, when you're comfortable in your zone, I know that you can let loose, and we're gonna find out tonight for sure.
Look, LaShawn, it's like gotten so much worse. I'm like, the cocky, arrogant, just like loud, brash one now. You about to get a little bit. You about to get a taste of it.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm ready.
You want to kick off the first question? You got anything?
Yeah, I just want to ask you first, like. You often hear people say the dating pool has piss in it. How do you feel about the dating pool or the current state of dating with our generation?
Well, I'm going to just say I'm in a position where I'm on this new intentional journey. Let me say that. So, like, I read the scripture every day to start my day. I start my day in prayer, and I feel like all day throughout the day, I'm in prayer. Like, I'm in constant walk. Like, when I say this man lights up my path with my feet and guides my steps every day, that's how life goes. So when we talk about relationships, it's like, okay, well, that's back in the little ghetto in the past. So it's like, I don't even want to touch that pond, because I do feel like when you position yourself to attract who you want, I feel like you don't really have to. I don't know. I'm not that deep into the pond. So it's like I don't want to focus on the pond. So I'm just focused on my purpose, and I just feel like in that I don't know.
Can I ask you this, Sean? And like I literally, it's so ironic that you asked this question, or you said this before we started the show. I'm gonna ask you this, right? So, what age is it a red flag if someone says they've never been in a serious relationship? And I wrote this down before you came. That was my first question.
Okay.
So, what do you think that is? What age is? You get the question?
I don't know, because I really feel like I'm on the shy side, like the less experienced side of relationships. So when it comes to red flags,
are you saying for men and women?
Well, I would say for men and women, but let's do both. How about both?
Okay, so give me the question one more time.
Okay, so at what age is it a red flag if someone says they've never been in a serious relationship? Let's go for men and women.
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, depending on, I guess, your environment, you know, the type of men or women you've been exposed to, you may not get that far to get to relationship type thing. So you kind of see things, you know, as you hang out with somebody, as you spend time, as you guys communicate, you can kind of see like what their mind side is like. You can kind of see what their heart is already like. So even in them things right there alone, you kind of can see, okay, that's a red flag. That's rubbing me wrong, or I'm not really agreeing with that, or that don't, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't figure this out until I'm 31 years old. So I mean, when we're young playing around, it's like, who really know about red flags? It's like, am I having a good time with them? And they making me feel good,
Yes.
you know? So I
about to
mean,
open up a whole. Okay, so let me just answer the questions. Okay, so like, if a guy's 25 and he never had a serious relationship, is that a red flag? Like, how old is too old for a dude? Like, if he's 35,
right?
like,
And I say I don't have it. I don't know.
How about a girl?
I'll say the same thing because I'm a girl, and I am one of them girls that, you know.
Red flag. Go ahead, D.
I was gonna say this. I think we talk about it all the time. A man usually initiates something serious, right? Even if we go far as marriage, right?
Yeah.
So, so
Right.
the initiation of something. I don't know her in a relationship or dating status, but what I notice about women that are, I know her as being relaxed and chill. A lot of guys don't. You do you think men are you like lovey dovey in relationships or with people with men? Because a lot of men need you to be on them. Or I noticed that about men.
Okay, well, let me put this out there. I've dated men and women.
Okay.
But I can't say I am, if I'm comfortable around you, yes, I'm the affectionate one. You know, like I do want to be that safe space to, you know, I do want to cut up on you and be, you know, like I do want to do that. But if it's not that safe, or like, I don't know the end of that. So I'm be like to reserve it to myself, and I'm gonna act tough, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like how, you know, that my past, I could say my past, that's how.
So is physical touch your love language?
I can say yeah, that's part of it.
But it has to,
part of it.
But what you just explained, it has to like almost be a viable a certain extent to get to that point. It's not just right off the bat.
Right. So we going into like intimacy. Like a lot of people think intimacy is about sex. Intimacy is really like how safe is somebody with you. Like if I can I tell you my secrets and my deepest traumas and my pains? Like, are you going to be able to provide a safe space for me and be like, it's okay, let's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to love me through those things, or it's going to be, you know, judgment and, you know, all these funny faces and, oh my God, you're weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, then it's not space. It's not safe for me to be all up on you, you know? And then that's another red flag right there. That's all the flag I need to know. If you can't accept me and take me and or get to know me, then I don't need to bub in your face. Hello.
See, okay, all right. Now, D, do you want to answer the question before I go
Go ahead. I think I know where you about to go.
All right, so listen, it's been real, and it's about to get ugly right now.
Okay, go ahead. Your opinion, honey.
I'm gonna say this right now. If a woman is over the age of 30 years old, might not be you, LaShawn. The others, not you, the others.
Okay.
If a woman's over 30 years old, never has a safe relationship, run for the fucking hills. I'm just going to tell you that automatically, because I'm going to just say this.
Well, can we be direct before you go there?
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Why do you think you never been in a serious relationship?
Okay, so let me say this right, because when you're going through the motion and you're trying to, you know, get to know, I guess, pursue somebody, whatever, or get pursued. Like in that moment, you do think it's serious. Like it'd be like, this is my life right now. And then when shit hit the fan, then it's like, oh, that shit was a joke, you know? So then it's like not serious. So I guess kind of like that. But what am I trying to say? Say the question one more time.
Why do you think you never been in one? Like as far as a man?
Oh, because it was never. Do you want to be a girlfriend? Do you want to be with me? Do you want to be together? So I say it's never been a serious relationship because it's never had a title. Like if it don't have a title, it ain't serious. That's to me, it's a friendship. It's a little situationships. Y'all having fun together, but that's about it.
LaShawn, I ask you a question. Tough questions here.
Okay.
Whose fault is that?
The person that allowed us. So exactly the fact that I sat there and I had fun with you and I tried to do that. And you know what?
But she did say, to be fair, she did say when she was young, the red flags.
But
I get it.
But see, this is the problem I have with a lot of women, though, bro. And like, you haven't watched the show, of course, LaShawn, but I have this thing called the Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray syndrome. You know,
okay.
Women when they're like at their peak, and when we say peak, we're talking about strictly a sexually market value peak. You see, generally, what men find attractive in women is like hot, young, tight, fertile, things like that, right? So when you're at your peak, at the sexual market value peak, you go ahead and fuck with these loser ass niggas. You know, these niggas don't got nothing going on, nothing to bring you down but some dick. and some heartache and some drama, right?
Right.
And then people get older, like that 30 or 31 years old, they start saying like, oh, I done found God. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I get it. Jesus offers forgiveness, and I'm totally okay with that. But my point is that most women who are above 30 have not just been sitting there not having sex. It's a case of they've made bad decisions. They've got pregnant by bums and losers, and then all of a sudden you want God to send you a good man. And unfortunately, how life is, that there's consequences to your actions. You know, you can't just sit here and say, "Oh my God, like, yeah, I was just young, dumb, and stupid." Yeah, I mean, the majority of getting older is avoiding the big mistakes. And I tell men the same exact thing. When you're young in your 20s, don't go to jail, don't commit crime, don't get anybody pregnant, don't be out here catching a bunch of felonies. It's just making sure that you avoid the big mistakes. Because if you avoid the big mistakes, you can go ahead and recover your life and make your life better. But for most women, of course, maybe not you, but for most women, they pick bums and losers, and then they want to make a guy that is above them in terms of sexual market value pay twice as much value for a used product. That's my problem. I know it was a mouthful there, but you know.
Okay. Well, that is a mouthful. And I would say, just from my life journey experience, not to say, you know, I've had, you know, this type of experience because I don't have any kids or anything of that nature, but
which is good. I applaud you for
that. So I guess thanks.
I guess.
Shoot, what was I about to say? I'm learning that in life, to even get to a place of wisdom and experience, you have to fuck around and find out, for lack of a better term. So like, you're going to be messy, you're going to mess up, and you're going to make mistakes. And I feel like we have to normalize living in the world where we're okay to make mistakes. Like, that is the life of a human. Like, we talk about the story of Adam and Eve, but we have to address the mistakes, and they are the mother and father of humanity, you know? So if they made mistakes, you think we're not about to?
LaShawn, and I agree with you on that too. And I think that mistakes is a part of the journey. However, like I said, avoiding the big mistakes. And I think the problem that I have with women a lot of time is you guys don't tell each other the truth. I'll give you a prime example, right? I have this girl that I'm dealing with, right? And it was a girl that we've been talking like probably 8 or 9 years, right? I've known since 2016. When I first met her, believe it or not, I was a really nice guy at one point. You saw me, you know, I was a quiet guy, right?
Mm-hmm. That didn't mean you was nice though. You said you was quiet.
Well, I was nice. I'm still a nice guy, but I digress. Let me get off the story there for a second, right? So at that point in time, she was dealing with the typical hood dude, right? Long story short, she got pregnant by him, right? And I was feeling this girl so much at this point in time. I'm like, I'm going to pay for the abortion. Like, I want you to like stop messing with this dude, and I want to take care of you, essentially. Mm-hmm. You know what she told me? She said, "No, I'm not doing it." It's like, okay. So some years go by, we reconnect, we talk again, and hold on, let me come up all the stream.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, because I got the perfect response for that.
Yeah, hold on.
That go back to.
Sorry about that, folks. But where was I? So we reconnect about 3 or 4 years later, right? And she's still dealing with the guy. So the guy not only has her pregnant again, he has another girl pregnant at the same time while they're still together. So eventually she gets to the point, it's been so much trauma and stuff done, she's just done with the guy after 6 or 7 years of damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at this point where her best friend is dealing with another dude that ain't shit too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a bum. He lives at home with the girl and his mom, don't pay nothing, lay on the couch, and he's cheating on her, right? But the girl now, who I was talking to, won't tell her friend to stop dealing with this loser. Her whole thing was like, I can't tell her what to do, and I made a bad mistake. But I said, who's a better person to say that to than somebody already made the mistake? And as opposed to women telling her the truth and saying, look, don't be like me. Don't deal with these bums. Don't deal with these losers. You're going to sit there and say, oh, congratulations, I can't wait to be the godmother. Like, stop doing that. Y'all don't tell each other the hard truth. And that's my issue with women a lot of time. And I think that women your age, they should tell women that are 21 and 22, don't deal with Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. If you're going to deal with them, don't get pregnant by them. What's so hard about just going ahead, fucking with a nigga that you know you shouldn't fuck with, and using a condom, or don't fuck with them at all. But women don't do that. What do? They get pregnant by them. And like I said, it's avoiding the big mistakes. You know, respond.
So I would say, isn't it how ironic how when we're told don't do this and don't do that, even I'm sure as children or as men in your experience, the moment say don't do it, first thing we do, go do it.
not me.
It's like just because I don't know something about just because you're not supposed to do it, don't touch it. We got to go touch it, you know.
That's a woman experience.
Or that desire wants to. I would say humanistic, but I get what you're saying. But also, you can't just give out information that's unsolicited, that's not wanted. You know what I'm saying? If that person really wanted the wisdom from her best friend situation, first of all, that's her best friend, so she's seen it. Right. So it's like if you really want to take heed, you would take heed. But the fact is, we all got to get our own experience. We got to go through our own motions, and that's as a human. I say. So I would say she had to do what she wanted to do. That's one thing about it. We can't force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do, and then we can't stop nobody from what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
But Sean, we had to kind of go back to what I was saying too. Like,
are you saying that being an enabler of it more so?
And I'm just saying, not even giving a warning. You know, because like you and I have a relationship that we're like, if we doing something messed up, we gonna be like, hey, bro, that wasn't cool. You know, we gonna have that tough conversation with each other. And I can't tell you what to do, but I can warn you. Mm-hmm. And probably let's go back to the whole church thing, right? We know at the end of the day that there's a judgment day. There's consequences that have to be paid. Who am I not to tell somebody, hey, you know that there's a God you got to face, right? I can at least warn that person and tell that person there's going to be a consequence. Now, if they heed my direction or not, that's on them. But I have the duty to at least tell people that, hey, there's going to be consequences to be suffered at the end of the day. Women don't do that at all. But you guys just let go down that dark road. That's what I'm saying.
But I think it's one thing to like allow it, but I think it's another thing to be an enabler of it. Like you said, like, oh, I'm so proud that you know that you got this going. Come on, let's be real. You know he don't treat her right. You know he doing anything to her, dragging her and all types of stuff. That'd be my problem.
You dealing with a bum.
That'd be my problem. But it's just like I feel like he said, like if I feel like we got a type of relationship, like, hey bro, you know, hey, that ain't cool. You shouldn't move like that. Don't do that. Yeah, whether it's with a woman or just life in general, like, hey bro, you can't move like that. I know you're a man at the end of the day, do what you want to do, but hey, this is just my opinion on that. Like that, you know, I know he value my opinion enough that I could say that to him.
Yeah. So that's my point. Just real quick, so Sean, that's my point. Women don't even do that because again, the whole time she was sitting there saying, "Oh, congratulations! Can't wait to meet my God." I'm like, Slim, you're not even saying like, "Hey, you know, don't be like me," because what's the old saying? A wise man learns from others' mistakes. A fool learns from his own. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, so I can say I agree. You can lead the horse to the water. You can't force him drinking. Sure. So I do. Me and my friends, I can't speak for all women.
Sure, of course.
Not all women, but me and my friends, we do let each other know, hey, you know, we do check each other. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to, but I can't make you do what you want to do. I shared what was on my heart about it. You know, my experience with the X, Y, and Z, you know, so-and-so experience with X, Y, and Z. But end of the day, you have to move with what you feel is best for you. And I also know that of learning that our traumas really can shape our realities of today from our past trauma. So it could be the woman you're dealing with now. She's probably already still dealing, like you said, that she feels bad about what she went through. So she's already still shaming and guilt tripping herself. Right. So until she can heal from that, she really can't help somebody else heal, to be honest, because she doesn't have it in her heart just yet. You know what I'm saying? She has to heal those wounds. And whatever it is that girl, like, what is it about? What's going to happen in her past, or what's she harboring inside of herself that makes her even want to attract these men? Like, why are you there? Like, even though I do see that this can happen, and this happened, this person, and this flag and this flag, how about that? But something about that still resonates to some part of my heart. And obviously it's not the heal part. It's whatever part of me that I'm trying to run away from, that I'm trying to cover up, or maybe it's such a bad mistake that I don't even love myself about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she's like, I deserve this type of person. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, until you kind of get to the root.
I think what you're saying has some validity.
The fruit's not going to change.
And I definitely agree with some of the stuff that you're saying. But my whole thing is still this, is that I think that all women are capable of being like that. And why I say that is because, like, women are just so much that you guys are so much more prone to emotional outbursts and emotional instability, and that you don't understand. It's like I say to D all the time. A man can go to the gym, watch Netflix every day, play video games, and live a pretty happy life. You know, we're okay with one static emotion. And I think even the best women, after a certain amount of time, doing the same thing, feeling the same emotion over a long period of time is hell for most women. There has to be some kind of variance of emotions. And unfortunately, or fortunately, if you look at it, these Tyrone Pookies and Ray Rays provide the most variance of emotions. It's the high and the low. It's what am I going to get today? How am I going to feel today? It's like he'll make me feel so bad and then feel so good. You ever heard that song, Mr. Wrong by Mary J. Blige?
Maybe I heard
me
it.
and Mr. Wrong get along so good, but he break my heart so bad. We got a special thing going on, me and Mr. Wrong. Yeah, but that's a woman. That's woman actually to a T. You got to have that variance of emotions. I'm trying to tell you from my experience and a lot of guys' experience too. When you try to please a woman too much, you try to make her too happy. She's going to find it's not going to be long before the bullshit starts. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna say this. Even talking to women or known women, you ask them if they ever admit to it, why they cheated, right? It'll be they were bored. he was doing everything. I was just bored. I don't know. I just was bored, and I wanted to dab on this. And what we touched upon all the time, like I think a lot of times, men, we will just dive in water. That's why they say men are stupid. Women,
so that's the reason why y'all cheat, dive in the water.
They just dive. It's no thought in it. Just dive in the water. Women, let me put my toe in this real quick. Let me see how this feel. I'm gonna give them a little conversation. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. That's what women. I'm just saying. That's what women just do. And it like he said, like it's just you bored. You bored at the point you become like I'm tired of put my just toes in this. Let me put my legs in this. Then that's just what y'all do. I feel like.
I'm glad we're talking about this because I just watched. I don't know if y'all watched Tommy Roman Caught in the Act show.
Tommy who?
Tammy Roman Caught in the Act on BT. It's pretty much Cheaters 2024, 2021 edition of Cheaters. Okay. But it was an episode that just aired, and it was a man and a woman, and the man was like, "I think my girl was cheating on me," blah blah blah. And so Tammy's like, "Okay, well, tell me what's going on, da da da," and we'll go and pretty much, what's the word? Spy on them, watch them, stalk them. What you call it when you get the private investigator and they go to do all this stuff? So she had that happen or whatever. And then by the end of the show, them confronting the girl, but she's with another dude. So the guy, in essence, he predicted right. But of course, what you think about, you bring about. But the girl end up cheating on him with this other dude or whatever. And she was like, so Tammy was like, why? She was like, because like he was not masculine enough. He wasn't strong enough. Shit. He wasn't confident enough. And so the problem with that was, I feel like even on men's side, I don't think it's cheating is just for women. I think men cheat too, and everybody can be accountable for it. And it just go back to communicate. Like, why lie about it? If he wasn't doing it for you and you wanted somebody else that had this, and third, you should have been able to tell him. You so big and bad to go cheat. You should be able to talk about it.
Want them. That's what we
right. That's go down to. It's like, and she said, I didn't know how to tell him. So instead of being grown and put your big girl panties on, and men too pick your big pains on, and saying, actually, this is, I'm feeling this and the third, or how about I can't explain my feelings. I just know it's not feeling that I am 100% into you because I have attractions, elsewhere, or whatever it is to communicate. I think it's just the lack of communicating.
No, it's comfortability.
Yeah, though. So like I'm not comfortable to talk.
No, not even that. No. I'm comfortable. That woman probably was comfortable. I bet you that guy, she said, oh, he's not masculine. But I bet you he was providing certain things that she needed. We talk about it. Preferred providers. That's what I call it. Preferred providers. You provide the things that a woman needs. This guy might provide the food for this week. This guy might provide her nail service. This guy might. Women have men that do certain things for them. Yeah. But then that woman that get in a relationship, you're in a relationship. You're not supposed to have those preferred providers anymore. But women do. I'm gonna keep this up. He provide. He's gonna provide the sex for me. He's gonna provide this for me. And I bet you that guy was providing everything she needed. It was just probably the sex.
And that could very well, but that's what I'm saying. Communicate that, and then leave it up to the other person to say, okay, well, since you have to go, since I am your provider and get your nails done, paying your bills, but you don't want me for the sex.
But it's up to him to make that decision.
Exactly. But at least he wouldn't have been like, she out here cheating on me because he already know what's going on.
But
and it's up to him to decide.
But why would she lose that? If
but
she could
exactly,
do both?
most people not gonna do it. But I'm saying that's the issue. The issue
we
is
know
communication.
We know the right decision to make, right?
No one wants to communicate, so that's why people cheat because nobody wants to communicate.
That's the right decision to make, right? But why would she lose that if she could feel like she could work both?
Facts.
Well, and that's why in the day she thought wrong because
she did.
She walked away with no niggers.
But because I
why that hard?
She walked away with none. She started with 2, and then she had none.
But this is my thing. Like,
and all she had to communicate.
But you're right. You're totally right about that. But if she feel like she can get away with, and what I talk to my friends about all the time, it's a just like drug. I tell them just like drug dealers. It's either jail or you die. Right. You're not gonna keep up with this life forever,
and that's ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen for you. You're gonna get caught up in something. Something gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let me say this too, though.
I agree with
you. You realize that it's this thing that women have called hypergamy, right? And this is a concept that's been kind of famously coined by Rollo Tomasi. Yeah, no bullshit. But basically, it's saying 2 things. Women require 2 things: is alpha need and beta seed. And what essentially the alpha need side of it is like women look for the best genetics for the offspring of their children, right? But also there's a provision side, which is the beta need part. So these alphas that you see with women with a lot of time, they're like when I say Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Rays, the strong guys. So he's fulfilling the need for the sex, right? But you also have the other side for provision. And like D was saying, very rarely is one guy both. It's normally a sense of like you have a beta provider and an alpha lover. And why the fuck would she speak up and compromise losing one or the other? Women ain't going to do that for the most part, LaShawn. Let's keep it a buck.
Well, and I like I said, not most women, so I can't speak for all women.
But you are friends with women, so you watch women.
Yeah, but I'm still friends with my friends. I still can't generalize all women, so I can't say that. I can't say all women this and all women that.
But have you watched women do this before, though?
Okay, shit. Because what's the question again? Shit,
hold on.
We all over the place.
I'm gonna just say this too, because like you realize that there's a basic study of psychology that basically says that all humans share certain characteristics, and actually humans are very predictable in their behavior patterns. You realize that, right?
Correct.
And I always say a lot of time, girls who come down here and argue with me, they'll say, "You don't know me. It's a woman that you've dated." But I always say this: I don't have to know you to know that you sit down and pee and you bleed once a month. And what I'm saying is there's certain things in your nature that all women do, despite what they say they don't do. That's my point. And I mean, you're not going to admit it, LaShawn, but you have watched your friends do certain things. You be like, man, that ain't cool. You might have watched them cheat on a boyfriend, have a lover on the side, have an affair, use niggas for free dinners. Y'all, we done all seen it. You ain't going to admit it, but it's happened.
I'm like I said,
I'm not
all women. No, listen, I'm not all women, and I can say I have witnessed a lot of things, but at the same time, I know when to mind my business, and I know when my services and my advice is needed.
But you've seen it, though.
I have seen it. Okay. I have.
But I'm not gonna say I haven't seen it. That's just my point.
I have seen that, but that doesn't mean that I agree with it, and that doesn't mean I condone it. But in the day, if you're my friend, and if we're getting past all the fruits of the devil, first of all, I see you for exactly who you are in your heart and your soul. So it's like I would say know somebody, and what can I say? How am I trying to say this?
Go ahead. Get your lie together. Go ahead.
It's not a lie. No, this is the truth. But basically, they gotta live the life for them. You gotta go through whatever you gotta go through on your journey to learn what it is you gotta learn. I can teach you a lesson over and over again, but until you experience it for yourself, you can keep going over and keep doing it until you get it for yourself. So it's something in there for you to learn, not me. So I know how to take my friends' buckets to the Lord because I know if they're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it for you. And I'm gonna let him handle all this, and I mind my business.
I agree with you. All I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, you know, this happens. That's my point.
Oh yeah, I know it happens.
So why do you?
But I also know that I'm not. You know, at the same time, it's not me doing it. I know it happens. So that's why I can't speak for all women.
That's my only point. That's my only point. You know, it happens. Not saying that you do it, but
and I've seen men do it too. I'm saying I know it's a human thing.
But that's why I said men do it as well. Yeah. But all my point is for her that, like your show example, you were saying you saying, well, why can't you just communicate, or you should just communicate? I agree with you, right? But
That's safe communication.
why would she give up? Why would she give up those things?
And that's a personal thing, exactly.
Just real
her
quick.
hot posture. Let's talk about it.
Just really quick. Like, why do women always have to say that? Oh, well, I see men do it too. Let's ask a tough question here, LaShawn. Who do you think, on average, I'm not saying in special circumstances, who do you think takes advantage of the other sex more? Do you think men take advantage of women more, or women take advantage of men more? On average.
Since I don't have average statistics, I would just say even, because we both fucking do it. Men do it and women do it. And that's the truth. It's a human thing. I think we're trying to put, because we keep trying to put a body part on it, and it has nothing to do with body parts. At the end of the day, it's your heart and your mind, and it's a human thing. It's a fucking human thing. It's flesh. You have the flesh and the spirit. The flesh is motherfucking weak.
I'm gonna say this.
So the flesh can take it from 0 to 100 real quick, and it's a whole universe of possibilities and opportunities. We leave it to the flesh.
I'm gonna say
who you letting guide you, the flesh or your spirit?
We know for a fact that women take advantage of men way more than men take advantage of women. You know that for a fucking fact.
Okay, where's the facts?
It's the life that we've seen and we live. Like
I would say from my y'all are men, but I can say from my life and my experience of me growing up, I would say the men are the ones that do it. So is it based on what we see?
Well,
in your life experiences?
Let me just lay this out. You gotta be a man that's at the top of your game, right? To even do anything like that. It can't.
What, to manipulate?
No. Hold on. I'm talking about like a man that's able to even have that amount of women. Like I told you about the providers. It's a man that do that to use women, right? You gotta be a certain type of guy to do those type of things. But it's women. It's women. No, with your chest. No offense. It's some women that are no. If you work, you work. I ain't going against nobody like that. But there's women that mop the floor of Wendy's. They got those preferred providers. They got a man that might got 6 figures. That's one of those preferred providers. As a man, right? You have to be a certain type of guy to do that. That's what I'm just saying. I'm saying it's women that manipulate.
It sounds like it's some jealousy going on to say, well, are you mad that the girls can have these things and the men can't? Like,
no, I'm just saying.
Here comes the shame language. Here comes the shame language.
The statistics, like how it's all women, and it's like, what are we really saying here?
I'm gonna say,
I just want to know what's happening.
I'm just pointing out things that I see.
Like literally, you see, like how. LaShawn, and again, you're not going to incriminate your friends here because you're doing a good job dodging these questions. But you see,
she's been to court a few times. She's been to court a few times.
She gonna be an attorney in her next life. Man. I'm gonna tell you that right now, for real. But how many, like, seriously, you see it all the time. We're dealing with this shit right now. For all the stuff that me and my men have done to build ourselves up and become these top 5 or 10% men, right? We still have women who try to play games with us every single time. And what happens a lot of the time, most women will use. I'm gonna break this down. What do you think that women want from guys the most? What do you think?
Here we go, talking about most women again.
Yeah, we got to talk about average.
Now I gotta,
you know them, though. That's my thing.
And I bet. Go ahead.
I would say they want security.
Yes.
Which is what?
And money.
And also what? Time, right?
Oh shit! I'm about to say dick. All my friends talk about dick. They want dick. I need dick run ass.
We can go there too. But what do you think that men want from women?
I think it's pussy. You just want pussy. That's it.
So
everybody want everybody fruits. Nobody want nobody fruits. Come on.
You fall into my trap though.
Everybody eating off everybody fruits.
Patrice O'Neal had a great line. He says that men want to get as much sex from women without giving up time. And women want to get as much time from men without giving up sex. So what happens a lot of the time is women use a lot of guys for attention, for resources, and a lot of different things. You'll hear 95% of women say, what do they always say? I don't like having female friends. Male friends are so much better. I wonder why that is. Why? Because men are better friends. Men are loyal. A man will come help you move. A man will give you advice. And granted, he does want to fuck you, but at the end of the day, men are better friends, okay? So here's what happens on the opposite end.
Yeah, until you get a boyfriend, then they don't want to be your friend anymore because it was like, damn, I thought I was around. Shit, I thought it was me.
Nah, hold on.
You thought what?
Hold on. She said until you get a boyfriend, the dudes, but I think it's the opposite way.
It is the opposite.
It's the opposite way because when girls get dudes, they stop talking to you, you don't hear from them and stuff. Let them break up, or they going through a hard time. Now they want to hit you up and talk to you. Hey, what you up to?
Let me
finish.
Oh,
y'all must be going through something.
Let me finish my point real quick, though. My point is saying all this is, LaShawn, you see, there are so many women out here who have so many simps, tricks, and losers in their friend zones. They take advantage of dudes all day, every day. But dudes don't complain. They just sit there and take it on the chin. But let somebody, a man who's in the top 5 or 10% of men, have 2 or 3 women, and everybody loses their mind all of a sudden. But when you talk about average to average, there are way more women taking advantage of men than the other way around. That's all I'm gonna say.
But then it go back to this though, bro. The blame game. You might not be blaming, but I'm just saying how it generally happens. A woman gets cheated on. Oh, he's a dog. He's sick. He's the worst thing. He's awful.
He's the worst thing in the world.
A man gets cheated on. Oh, what you do, bro? You ain't bringing home the bacon. This man ain't got no bacon. It's all, he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Either way, either side, you getting blamed and it's your fault.
You're right. Either way, that's why I say it's a 50-50. But y'all the ones trying to tell me it's all women, all women. I was like, it's all 50-50. So that's my thing.
We're not saying that it's all women. We say 99% of them.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go. Back at square one.
Listen, hey, listen, I love you, man.
These cycles, I'm telling you, this is fun.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this other question real quick. Now let's see if you can know how to take accountability.
Okay, I'm a Leo, so we good at this.
Oh God, Lord. Anyway, so what would your ex say you need to work on to improve your relationship skills? You don't have an ex, but let's just say your favorite nigga.
The most thing I needed to work on.
Hold on, before you say that. Okay, go ahead.
What I got a lot about was like making time. It seemed like it was always all about me, and I'm focused on me, and so I'm not really making time or making them a priority. And also it was posting on social media. That was another one. Like, I'm not posting on social media enough.
But I said earlier, I think when guys don't feel like you on now, that's why I think some men are, because dudes usually do that initially. So when a woman's not on them initially, because I always think the man guy care for you more than you care for him. Not initially, but because I think the woman guy come hard at the man, or she likes him more. That's why I think things get started at, and then the man ends up liking her more. And that's how things gotta continue. If the woman always likes him more, she's gonna get annoying at some point. But
yeah, that's definitely.
Wait, hold on, D. What you said? I blanked out there for a second.
I think if the woman if a woman come at you and like you more, right, and she like me, she coming at me, then I think for the relationship to sustain, the man gotta like you more.
That's 100% cap, bro. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why, because women innately look at guys to be better than them. And like, when a girl looks at you, she has to look at you with a certain allure, or a certain kind of
love. Let me use the word love.
A certain respect. And you see, when a girl feels that you like her more than she likes you, she automatically, I'm gonna use the term that y'all say, gets the ick. And she has to feel that my man is my man. And when a woman, I always say this, men should fall in love and chase God and their purpose. A woman should fall in love and chase the man. That's how things work, And when it's the other way, go ahead, bro.
I'm saying from perspective of initially. That's what I mean. Initially, when y'all start the relationship and everything going, the woman got to be more interested than the man initially. I feel like.
Wait. So you're saying the woman should be more interested in the man, right?
Yes, initially. I'm saying to sustain, to go to the level of marriage, because most men ain't going, when they fall in love. That's what I mean. When you get to that point, how many women are waiting around for a man to say, "Yeah, let's get married"?
Okay, so wait, break this down for me, bro. So are you saying that initially the woman has to like the man more?
Yeah,
but after to get married,
going to the marriage. A man you start seeing that change the man, oh, I love her. I care about she's doing.
So now you're saying now you're saying that he likes her more.
love. I will use I don't like the term because I think like
it's not sustainable.
It fluctuates. Like fluctuates.
It's not sustainable.
But I think love fluctuates too. Honestly, if I'm being honest.
Love can, but I think because I cannot like
is
I cannot like something that you do or you make me mad. But as a man, I know stuff. We talked about this before. I know stuff still gotta get done. You piss me off, but I know these things gotta still get done because I love you and I'm gonna take care of them.
But bro, I don't know we like that love where I think it's more of a sense of duty though. I think that men, generally speaking, are more honorable to their duty than women are, because here it is, we see all the time. There are plenty of marriages right now where the guy is taking care of the woman, providing for her, taking care of all the bills, and he still can't get sex. So, but what do we say though? But that comes.
So why are you in it?
That no. That is women use that. That's a tool. That's a tool. I can use that tool. That's the tool that I have. We also have the tool, but guess what? We're not petty like women in the sense of, all right, since you ain't gonna do that, I ain't gonna change your tire.
That's my point though. It's duty. men are more honorable to their duty than a woman, because again, you see a man. We're going to stand by on our shit no matter what. Like I said,
but most women don't view that as a duty. They view that as their right to I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. I'm gonna use it as a tool.
This is what I'm saying though, D. But when a woman loves you and respects you, and I always say that women should fall in love, men should fall into respect. So when a woman respects and loves, she's not going to pull that stuff, bro. What happens a lot of the time when it's just love, a woman love is an emotion. Emotion fluctuates, bro. But when you have respect, you have a sense of duty, it's not going to fluctuate at all.
But that's what I said.
Unconditional love don't fluctuate though. So
wait, you said what?
Unconditional love.
There's no thing unconditional love is fake.
How can you believe in Jesus and say no unconditional love?
Outside of Christ, there is no unconditional love.
Well, why
at all?
Right. So
I don't know about that.
I feel for me,
because it's different for what about a mother's love?
That's unconditional love.
No, hold on. I say this all the time. A mother's love is based on the condition that you're a child. I say that all the time.
I don't know.
That's a condition.
I don't know about that.
It's a condition.
I think sometimes sometimes I think we mistake boundaries with unconditional love. For example, I've had family members where their mom got tired of what they were doing.
Sure.
Get out my house.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
to a child. But I'm saying to a child, it's like, oh, you don't love me no more.
Right. It was conditional. If I didn't do what you wanted me to do, and I wasn't your best son, you kicked me out. So that's conditional love.
It seems that way. I could still love you, but you just can't do these things in my house. But it's still love there. The love is still there. You just can't do these things in my house.
Well, I don't think because I think that you're kind of missing what I'm saying, because like I'm not saying that unconditional love, like it fluctuates or conditional love fluctuates. I'm saying that at the end of the day, yes, your mom's gonna have love for you no matter what you do or you don't do. But my point is, in order for that to happen, it's based on the fact that you're her child. That's what I'm saying.
But you could say the same thing. You could say the same thing with God if you want to say that.
Yeah.
Because but the thing is though, that goes back to what? Boundaries of it's not conditions. I think it's more boundaries. Before you decided to say, you know what, I believe in God. Guess what he did? He sent his son. He didn't send him for people that were saved. He sent for people that were yet sinners. Right. Mm-hmm. So it was unconditional love for that. Even though it was unconditional love for you from the beginning, because you weren't even formed in your mother's womb.
Well, I agree with that, bro. But my point in saying that is that yes, God does offer us unconditional love, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this. We can't do anything to gain or deserve God's love. I agree with you 100%.
Grace.
Mm-hmm. It's grace, 100%. Right. But my point is that even with that unconditional love, there's still a condition that you got to spend eternity with him. What's that condition? Accepting Jesus, right?
But doesn't that come? Doesn't that come with free will though? Of the decision
it's still a condition,
to be made. Is it a condition? That's why I say I think we mistake even in our love lives, boundaries and love. I can love somebody and love them afar because I have a boundary of these are the circumstances.
I'm gonna just say this. I mean, we can agree to disagree, but I'm just gonna say that I just don't think that unconditional love is a thing. I don't think, especially as men, Chris Rock said it best. He just basically said that only women and dogs and children love unconditionally. A man's only love unconditionally. He can provide something.
Loved unconditionally.
We have to provide something that even be valuable a lot of the time.
Well, when you say that point, that's different. That's different from what you said. I agree with you where we have to, as a man, most of the times 99.9% of the circumstances, we do have to get love from somebody outside of our mom or dad, right? We do have to provide something. They're looking for us to provide something, because if you don't provide, that's what people look at our value. Because if as a man, I realized, like, not even just the woman that you call your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, it's outside of that. Even other women look at you in a certain way. They look at your value and say, hey, what can he provide, or how can he help my life? And as a man, if you ask back, like, hey, how can you, as a man, if you ask a woman, hey, how can you add value to mine? Oh, that's so feminine.
That's sassy.
No, but I think that should be normalized, because I feel like every interaction is a transaction. So what are we getting out to do? Like, are you about to give me some
But
bullshit?
y'all proving my point saying this,
But-
though.
but-
Like,
No, it goes back down to boundaries too, though, because you have to have, like you said, what's unconditional love without Jesus? So first of all, you either have to have an unconditional type of hot posture. And so when you have a communication or interaction with somebody, can you, like, despite what they say, despite their opinions, despite what they do, even if you dislike it, can you say that I still got love for you, bro? Like, I still love, you know what I'm saying? It's still love there.
Can we leave Jesus out of this? I'm not saying because I don't want to have the conversation, but my point is that
I'm saying that's gonna be hard for me to do.
Huh?
That's just gonna be hard for me to do. I do everything with them.
No, I'm not saying in that sense. I'm saying in the sense of, like, we live in a very fallen world, and we're imperfect creatures. There are certain rules that govern this reality, and there's one that cover the next reality. And unfortunately, nobody can measure up to the standard of Jesus, which is why he was sent in the first place. So my point is, let's talk about imperfect, fallible human beings is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
okay.
and I agree. And listen, I agree. This is what I agree with. I agree, as a man, it's hard to obtain unconditional love.
Yeah.
It's hard to obtain,
impossible.
but we more likely give the unconditional love. That's what I said. Because guess what?
Somebody got started.
Would you keep your duties if you didn't love that woman? It's not just going to be out of violence. Like, I violent. Like, I it's not going to just be out of, I got to keep my duties. At some point, if you fall out of love, if it's not love there, you're going to say, I ain't doing this no more.
Exactly.
But see, this is what I'm saying, bro. That's a very masculine point of view. You see, a woman's only loyal. Men, we're loyal to our duty. And, like, I would bring it back to working out. You think me, C Marty, or even you think you want to work out every day? But why do you do it?
Because my why is bigger than me.
And on top of that, why? You're disciplined, right? You know that
and
no matter
it's
what,
not my life, it's God's, it's Jesus. So I do what he say do.
and you know at the end of the day that if I want the work done and I want these results, I have to go, whether I feel like it or I don't. Which is why you see more men that are in the bodybuilding and stuff like that than women, because women are too emotional. And see, Marty will tell you a lot of time, women, we were in the gym today. It's a snow day, right? It's like 10 people. It's 10 people in the gym. 8 of them is dudes. But what's happening to all the rest of them? Like, oh, well, yeah, my car wouldn't start. I'm in the park. I had to turn around. Like, it's always something. My point is that you will see a lot of time, there are so many freaking courthouses and things full of men who thought that their wife loved them unconditionally. Now, I would challenge any man to go down to a courthouse and sit there and watch a man cry because his wife loved him unconditionally. It don't freaking exist, even the good ones. And I'm telling you, it's better for men to go and thinking that it's not possible, and then possibly finding that, than thinking the other way around and get hurt. That's my thing.
So
why everybody all scared to get hurt, huh? Things that them just scared to get hurt.
You're scared to get hurt too.
We got to risk something.
And I get that.
And I feel like you got to risk love to understand real unconditional love too. I've been like I said, I've dated men and women.
And
I've been risky than the motherfucker.
We talked about this too, though, because most people are already damaged, and we know that hurt people, right?
Right.
So why would I go ahead and advise a man to go out there knowing that the majority of people, both men and women, are trash, saying that you want to find unconditional love when chances are you probably ain't gonna find it?
Yeah, but make sure you're saying that from a not hurts part.
But
not hurt. Are you speaking from your heart or a healed heart?
This is the difference, though, LaShawn. I admit my shit. I am hurt. But
Yeah,
I always
okay.
tell you,
Yeah, that's
I'm
all.
hurt, I'm bitter, but we all hurt and bitter. But I always say this too on the show. Bitter does not mean wrong. If anything,
No.
bitter is a byproduct of a harsh earned lesson. That's my point. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I agree to a certain extent, because even anger or mad, the Bible says we're gonna get mad. Sin
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So mad is emotion. It tells you you're alive. Bitterness is an emotion. I wouldn't
Doesn't
stay
make you
bitter.
a
You
bad
can't
person.
operate in bitterness because it's consequences from that. That's misery loves company. You become a hurt person. hurt people. That's what you become if you operate in your bitterness. But that's an emotion that's okay to have. My thing of it is, I guess the overall conversation is, I do agree that it's like a penny in an ocean for a man to find that unconditional love or feel the unconditional love from someone outside of somebody that came out of that womb.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard. I can admit that that's hard. Like you feel, if this is my example. I tell this, and that's why I say women use sex as a tool. I know I know as a man, if I forget or don't make sure certain bills get paid, don't take out the trash, don't make sure these duties are done, guess what I'm not gonna get?
You ain't gonna get no coochie.
But I'm just saying, like, as a man, you know as a man that those are things. So I do agree on that aspect of it. I think it needs to be addressed more too, because it's like, even when men be like, I don't want to say certain things to women, or we talk about a safe place, and they want this, women want safe place or a provision from a man. But you can't provide those things.
Here's my point again. I'll just say this again. Men are loyal to duty, a sense of like family, community, God. Women are only loyal to their emotions. And it's another fire quote from Dante Nero. He says, a woman's logic is based on her emotional state at the time. And as her emotional state changes, so will her logic. So if she don't feel like doing something, she's not going to do it. But a man, we have that inside of us that, you know what, even if she pisses me off, if I don't feel like going to the gym, if I still don't feel like doing whatever the case is, I'm going to get it done because I'm a man. Women do not work like that. So I do not advise guys to even do that. Like it's asinine to me. And I say even the good ones don't work like that. I've dealt with some amazing women and they all did the same thing, bro. I'm telling you. Anything else to know?
Y'all got some very strong opinions, and I'm not disagreeing with anything at all. But I just want to say that when we speak from experiences that have hurt us or that has been traumatic to us, we then also come to perceived opinions based off that hurt in that space that we were in. So it definitely makes sense why you have justified what you justified, came to the conclusion, which comes from the way you feel and what you experience. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe what we perceive is what we receive. I feel like what's going on in our eternal actually translates into our reality, what we see on the eye. So I feel like until we can actually heal this and align with our true heart, our true self, and if that's unconditional, whatever your true is, you know, like I said, it's flesh out here and the spirit out here. Everybody's not moving from both. You know, some people are just moving off flesh and we can see on the eye. So until you actually dig into yourself, you won't be able to change that perception or that reality that you do see and get back at you, because you attract what you put out.
Not to cut you off, and I think that you actually are from a heavenly perspective. You're saying some very good things, and I agree with like a lot of what you're saying. But I'm just saying again, we have to deal with what the reality is right now. Until we get to the other side of heaven, we're going to be dealing with fighting fleshly desires. People that claim to be Christians are going to hurt you. People that are Christians are going to hurt you. We're naturally people that are just going to do things that we can't control because we have two people warring within us. We have the spirit of God, and we have the flesh.
The flesh, exactly.
My point is, at the end of the day, until we all pass to the next level in life, we're dealing with the flesh. And I'll just say this too again, LaShawn, your existence as a woman is completely different from the existence of a man. You can sit here and talk all that stuff because you don't understand the hardships that most men go through.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're still cute. You're still very well spoken. No matter what happens, there'll be somebody there that's going to care about you. Whether it's a mom, dad, some old boyfriend you can go back to, somebody will care. But as a man, if you don't provide any kind of value, if you don't go through heartaches, tribulations, and trials, at the end of the day, nobody's going to care. That's the existence for most men. And that's why I tell most men at the end of the day, you don't have anybody but you, God, your goals. And of course, I'm not going to be just 100% just like all doom and gloom. You have a few people that care about you, but for the most part, you're not going to get the same luxury and people feeling sorry for like a woman's going to get. It's not going to happen. So why even operate in that reality?
I'm also learning too, because I'm very I would say a baby on this spiritual journey.
Sure.
Of this intent deep dive into it. And what I'm learning is that Jesus came to restore the land. Like, we are here so that we can experience heaven on earth as is in heaven. So I feel like until you can change your belief system about that, and it be something deeply rooted into your heart, you won't see that heaven on earth. But until you keep holding on to your pain and your hurt and how people treat you and how your whatever happened, long as you keep that shape how you feel, it's always going to keep on shaping your future. So I feel like no matter like what, even if it's relationship or friendship or business deals, like, because you're still intertwined with that in your heart. And I understand that we're going to be battling our flesh and spirit at the same time, because that's human. We are both. At the same time, you have to determine who's your master. You want to let your flesh rule you? You want to let your spirit rule you? Who's really operating in your life? And I feel like that's kind of when you did figure out who that is and who's running the show, then you can determine what reality really is for you.
I'll say this, LaShawn. Remember, Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within. You know,
right?
And I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent too. But at the end of the day, you can have the best intentions that you want. You can treat people as nicely as you want. But there are some people, and the Bible says this too. There are some people that are just completely hard to the gospel.
Exactly.
And you have to go ahead and move accordingly. Jesus doesn't say to sit there and try to convince people and try to talk to them about it, this, that, and the third. You take those lessons and you move on. I'm just telling men the same exact thing. There are going to be people that are not going to respect you. Women are going to try to waste your time. People are going to try to take advantage of you. At the end of the day, I'm not saying to cause harm to them. I'm not sitting there to stay there and be bitter. But what did Lecrae say? You don't get bitter, you get better. You move on gracefully. You don't cause any trauma. But at the end of the day, you have to have strong boundaries to make it in this world. That's just how it is. And I'm just telling you, as again, for men and women, it's just two separate realities, love. And I'm saying that with just all due respect. And I get what you're saying. But just for most men, they're not going to have this. They're not going to have the ability to talk the way that you're talking, because the world doesn't care about men for the most part. But I think this was great conversation, LaShawn.
Yeah, this was good. Definitely.
I really appreciate you coming down here. But I gotta do one more thing before I let you go. Do you got any questions before I get into it?
No. Where you going with this?
I gotta put you on a hot seat.
Hot seat. I feel like I've been in a hot seat all night. I'm the only woman. Need some more women up here. Good Lord.
Listen, you come back on our regular shows, because like when there's a lot of girls down here, I'll be on the road,
Okay, just tell me when to come back. I'll let it be back.
Yeah. So okay.
Oh no, you got to be here. Then.
So look, LaShawn, you gotta answer these questions as quickly as possible. No ums, no ahs,
no plead the fifths,
nothing.
Like you've been doing.
Hold on.
Wow.
Wow. All right. So you ready?
I guess so. You told me all the things I can't do. Watch me do them all.
Hold on. That's why I'm messing up like that. I'm trying to make sure. Trying focus. As soon as I get a small focus. There you go.
Oh, and then because I had this on my head now, because the end of what you said, I feel like you're right about all those things, and that's why we can't control what other people do. We're gonna control what we do. Because you said you're gonna always find, it's always gonna be some flesh stuff going on. Like you're still gonna see this person that's gonna have this going on with them and that going on with them. And so we gotta, just realize we can only control what we can control. And that's just ourselves.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's it.
You ready for the hot seat?
Yeah.
You been in the hot seat all night though, like you said.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I know my forehead shining.
I know it's that sweat, man. I'm putting that pressure on you. I love it though. Are you ready?
Yep.
Who handles the truth better, men or women?
Women.
What zodiac signs are most toxic?
Pisces.
Should a man ever sit in the passenger seat while a woman's driving?
Sure.
Is it ever okay to call a woman a hoe?
In what context?
Period.
No.
Who cheats more, men or women?
Everybody.
Who do women find more attractive, hood dudes or nice guys?
Depends on your heart.
In one word, describe the Zeus network.
I don't watch it.
Drums or flats?
Definitely the flats.
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Yeah.
Does a chicken have lips?
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Awesome. So, LaShawn, tell the people how they can find you, your Instagram, plug everything.
Yeah, so I am on Instagram, Love Lola Renee. There's no symbols or anything. Just type in Love Lola Renee. That's my main page. And then you can find my fitness page at Hot Girl Body Goals. And all things, your higher self, your hottest self, your healthier self, all the things, your most powerful life you can get right there on Hot Girl Body. So it's not just for girls. I'm just a girl. So I am the Hot Girl Body. So
I love it. D.
everybody's welcome.
Good having you back, bro. Last thoughts on the show.
Hey, I thought it was, we went places where we think we weren't going to go tonight. But that's
Illusions for you, baby.
That's range though. Being able to talk about the spiritual side of things, which is the big side of things, the biggest side of things to me.
Come
But
on.
yeah,
I agree.
I appreciate the show tonight.
Yes, thanks for having me. This was great.
LaShawn, really appreciate you for being a good sport.
Yeah,
You took everything on the chin. I really appreciate you. You weren't really shying away. A little bullshit in there, but I figured we made some progress tonight.
Just trying to make room for the truth.
I think we made some progress tonight.
That means I can come back. That's all.
I was going to say you're welcome back at any point, and not a lot of girls get that invitation, but you're welcome back at any point.
Oh, thank you.
But look, we got a lot of fire content coming for y'all. Shout out to my man CmartyFit in the back. Go follow his podcast. Let's Bunches More Crunches. Shout out to my man Sweatcheck, Mr. Toon. Go follow him on Instagram as well. But that'd be like all our time till the next time. This is the Shattered Illusionz podcast. Kill the fantasy, build the dream. We are out of here. Love y'all boys.
Will I take him to the breaking?
Yes, y'all. This was fun. It was like a little, just conversation. So I like that. It was definitely
I told you it won't be too much.
yeah.